Hey guys, it's Gabby Elizabeth. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and if you're not, welcome back, loves. Good morning, happy Saturday, everybody. It is a sunny, rainy day, and I am hoping that it will be sunny all day because I have a shoot today. I have a video shoot today for this vlog. You will know more as we go along. I don't want to fully put it out there as yet, but you're in for a good treat. I'm so excited to record this and share this with you guys. It's gonna be fun, and yeah, so I'm gonna take you with me on the road to get to our destination. So remember to do the big three: like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. Follow my socials, and let's go. So we are here at Hope Gardens. I feel like I'm at Hope Gardens way too often these days, but that's okay. Actually, I love this place. It is so quiet and so peaceful. I would literally come every day if I wanted to, just for peace and silence. I feel like I've been lacking that a lot these days. So we are here. I'm gonna make my way inside and find somewhere that I can set up. It's a tripod type of thing. So yeah, I'm waiting for the other people to come. I'm the first one here. Not surprising, I'm always the first one here, but that's okay. I can settle before we get started. So guys, it's the best day ever. I found some mangoes. If you know me is a girl who love mango, especially stringy mango. So there are a couple on the ground over there. I might pick up some more. Yeah, me crave it like that, and I'm gonna go home and have a ball.
So don't make this a me problem. It's a your problem. It's a you problem. Everybody knows who I am.
No,
but
they
they're
don't.
finding out who you are.
They know that you're the poster boy of EPR.
I'm not the poster boy of
Yes, you
EPR.
are.
This is a you problem.
It's not a me problem.
It's been an hour. An hour. You guys are late.
Yes, everybody's been seen. I'm seeing everybody dry foot. Everyone, the bottles. Ready?
Okay. Hey guys, I'm here with the boys. It's been recording.
Oh wow!
So everything's in there.
Just take out what I said, please.
Your blue plus everybody drink. Help me God.
So I'm here with the guys coming from my right. Introduce yourself.
I'm Nathan.
I'm Denzel.
I'm O'Shane.
I'm Mike Bam.
You're what?
I am Micah.
Okay. But
Here. Take two.
take two. So we're just going to jump right into it. This is questions for the guys. So I'll be shooting them about questions, and they just give me their perspectives, a male perspective. So
Before we continue, we would like to say that even though we're giving male perspectives, a lot of these are our personal perspectives. So please take that with a grain of salt.
don't cuss on the man based on this video.
Yeah, please.
So the first question, just to kick it off, will be the main question. What does it mean to be a man to you? Anyone can start.
I defer to this man.
Alright, I believe to be a man, you have to be a provider, a protector. Well, I'm speaking in terms of family because that's the only example I have because I look up to my father in this case. So to be a provider, protector, someone who nurtures the home in a way that is a protective type of way, because being a man is just something very being a man is something that really holds a lot of core values. So it's something that really just has to be well. It's so like yeah, it's just smart. So to be a man basically means to be a provider, protector, and nurturer in like manly cases, so that he can teach his son right from wrong, show him how the world can be a cruel place, was a place that he can survive by not dwelling in comfort. Because if a man goes in comfort, he can't be up to a man. So there will be in times in life there will be pain, there will be comfort, there will be pleasure, but he has to navigate all those instances and all those things that he can be the best version of himself. Also, he should also, to be a good man, he should also learn how to communicate well, and also be vulnerable at times, and also be able to mix right from wrong, and to just make the hard decisions, because that's what we all have to do. Hard decisions are something that men have to do, and to be a good man, you have to also learn to make good hard decisions. And wisdom is also part of your lives.
Oh, that's a good answer.
And last but not least, patience. Men have to be extremely patient, because my experience, females are not that patient, but for men, you have to be extremely patient.
What you trying to say?
The stones cast it that side.
Alright, what a man is from
Man.
Michael said a lot. So I'll just figure out that's not what he said. For me, a man is a provider. He is a protector. He is the source. I don't have some biblical, but man is a source. He is the one, and also as protector, he is the one that sees ahead. He is the one that plans. He is the one that thinks beyond. And in a fatherly perspective, a man is the blueprint for his son, and is a guideline on how to be treated, how his daughter should be treated by any man that she interacts with in her life. So for me, as I said, source, he is the blueprint for both his daughter and his son.
What is a man? You've said quite a bit. Provider, protector, source, but taking it from the biblical spin, a man is supposed to be the priest. That is the head of the household, in the sense of they're the one that guides the family towards the father. So the Bible tells us that husbands love their wife as Christ loved the church. That for me gives the outright outline of what a man should be. Should love unconditionally, should be able and willing to sacrifice his wants and needs for his family. So the provider, the protector role being displayed right there, that is a man. The familial role, just being there, the backbone, the foundation on which the family sits, and that's who a man should be. And really and truly, what we've been describing is a godly man. So that's where we're taking this spin from.
I have one thing to say, that a man to me is a shepherd. A shepherd. As a shepherd and a sheep, he leads, he protects, he guides, and pretty much sums up what everybody else has said. So there's not really much for me to say other than a man to be a shepherd. Read your Bibles, learn what a shepherd is.
The two I took away was one, the shepherd one, and the one that you said about being the blueprint. That's a very good description to be a blueprint for your kids, because boy, I feel sorry for a lot of kids who, these kids here, they're so cute. Yeah, I concern a lot of kids who don't have fathers or where they have, but everyone has a father, but where they're absent because there's so much you can learn from a father, and I think it's my biggest wish for when I have kids that their father is always present and to teach them the things that maybe I will not be able to teach them. So I think that's really important. Jumping to the next question. I think we discussed it in the group before. I think I brought the question in the group which would be what is the difference between a nice guy and a good man?
Let me go first before anyone. I don't want to be that guy that is just piggybacking off. The difference between a nice guy and a good man is that the nice guy does what you want because you want it, and the good man does it not because you want it, but because he knows it's right. So the nice guy will always try to play basically almost not really but underlining manipulative because he knows that if he does this he gets this response. He plays the nice guy role, but a good man does it irregardless of whether it's just good. He knows that it's good and he exemplifies that good.
I would say that a nice guy is a temporary mask that
Yeah.
someone puts on. As you said, it's very manipulative. It's where you do everything just to get what you want, and it's not really from a place of love. It's just can be a place of lust. Whereas a good man, that is something that is within his core, something that is a part of his identity. To be a good man, which is why I remember seeing a post, I don't remember who said it, that not all guys that would come off as flirtatious are flirting. Some persons were raised to be a good person, and it's just in their nature. So, to me, that's the difference between a good man and a nice guy.
For me, the difference between a nice guy and a good man. Nice guy is someone who will always give you a yes. And a good man would say no sometimes. Like piggybacking on what I said earlier, like a man has to make a hard decision. Because which one of you guys said like look for the future? Oh yeah, Oshane said look for the future. Because a good man will tell you, hey, you can't do X, Y, or Z because the future, that's gonna be the reward. Sometimes he may not like to tell you these things, but you know that if he doesn't, and he's gonna let you go and lead you into a path that's probably destructive. So to be good, to be a good man to me, I mean, like I can tell the female as it is.
Yeah, be a yes man.
Yeah, can be yes man. Tell the female as it is. No matter if it hurts them, because in you telling them and it does hurt them, they will learn much of it. They will learn much of what you said to them in the future.
When you're telling them, though, like in a good way, because there's tone, there's vocality.
It's not what you say.
Tone and delivery is very important. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So like, yeah. Learn at the
Guys, take it from the girl here. Tone and delivery is very important.
Oh no, we don't even have to.
You can have the best intentions, but you
and then the wrong delivery.
right. Just so when I say it for baby them, no baby them, because I think the right woman will appreciate, the firmness and the sternness of a man. So there's nothing wrong with being firm, but you can be firm and not be mean. That's the biggest. That's the biggest thing. Yeah, firm with love.
I don't have much to say because you guys said a lot. This is honestly a very, very sensitive topic when it comes to not being nice versus being good. As I said earlier, a lot of times the nice guy pretends or puts on a facade to get a woman or to please a woman. But a good man, that is his character, that is who he is, that's what he's been groomed and developed to be. So And a lot of times, nice guys play victim and try to make a woman feel bad. Manipulation. But a good man, if he's rejected, he understands and he moves on.
Rough though, but yeah.
It's rough. So for me, that's the difference.
If you say something and the woman does feel a type of way, don't be afraid to be reassured. Because if you say, hey, I meant it in this way, not in X way or Z way, it will really help, because you don't want her to think or have something in their mind that he meant it like this, and you really didn't mean things for good. So always be reassured. Just check up and say, hey, when I said this, how did you take it? You know, ask questions, because you don't know what's in their mind. You can't read minds. Yeah, guys, you can't read minds.
Can't read minds.
So just check up and say,
Men can't read minds.
That's so good. Coming from someone who overthinks a lot, I require a lot of reassurance. So to hear that is very refreshing, because to have if it doesn't matter what capacity you are with the guy, whether friend or relationship. Girls in general really appreciate reassurance, especially if, say, as you said, the guy says something to you and it probably sound away. It probably not sound away to him, but it's sound away to you. And something that I always say, everyone's experiences are different. So even though it might, in reality, it doesn't sound away, to you it sounds harsh. So guys, nothing is wrong with, dialing it back and saying, how did you feel when I said this? And to say, no, I didn't mean it like that. When I say, as I said before, you have to baby them, but just reassure them that, no, I mean well. The next question, because this channel is all about mental health. So the question I want to ask is, how important do you think mental health is amongst men?
How important do we think it is, or
Yes.
how important is it
How important should it be?
in the world?
Yeah, for men.
What we think or what's actually happening? I want to know where we're
They
going.
can touch on both.
Because if it's about what's actually happening, nobody cares. Did you all know that this month is Men's Mental Health Month?
I do.
Wow, look at that!
and it was Father's Day in this month.
Yeah, Father's Day is also in this month.
You see, this is why this is so important, because I knew that.
Intentional.
Yeah, it's very
I
intentional.
think that as it relates to that question on the mental health of men, in general, so men go through a lot that is unsaid, and because unlike women, we don't like to touch on emotions.
It's not that we don't like to, it's we're taught not
trained
to.
You're taught not to like it.
Go ahead, so not to.
So
I apologize.
we don't like to touch on our emotions. Again, as in finish my statement, because we weren't trained to.
Yeah.
If we feel that way, well, yeah, man, suck it up and move on with life. But we do go through a lot. We do have a lot of stress in the day that we don't talk about. And to be honest, there are very few, especially very few women who would realize things and pick up on certain things. And those things are really appreciated amongst men, where a woman can come and say, or your woman can come and say, you seem a little bit off, you're more miserable today than you were yesterday. Like, is everything okay with you, versus assuming and overthinking that you're the problem or they're the problem. Because a lot of the time, just as how, women take out frustrations, we may take out certain frustrations in a different way, but it's not looked at that way. It's more looked at with the overthinking, and then we have to reassure and everything while we are still going through our crisis. And even with that, I would say that men need men in their lives to move on and to move forward and to get through, because alone we aren't strong.
Yeah.
They say one can chase a thousand.
Come on now with the scripture.
Read the Bible. Yes. So men need men, and And it's check up on, like literally check up on a man, have a vulnerable conversation with a man, and you will see the amount of things that he battles with, that he just doesn't talk about.
Before I move on, that's because you I think the girls understand that it is you have to really know who you with when where that's concerned, because if you were to go to like any man and say, you know, like try to have a conversation, they'll be stuck on, no, I'm okay. And it's like the more you push them, the more they shut down. And I guess that's more of a case of comfortability, how comfortable they are, or it's trauma. But and it's something I'm working on as well to create a space where a man can be vulnerable with you, or comfortable enough to talk to you about the things that he's struggling with mentally. But it's difficult to approach a man like that.
It's hard for a female to approach a man like that, because the reason why I said it's trauma is that oftentimes we find that males, when they become vulnerable with a female, 7 out of 10 times, I'm not going to say 9 out of 10, 7 out of 10 times are a significant statistic of times the female will take what the man says in his vulnerability and then throw it back at him in an argument. And it really, like when it happens, the male shut down. So oftentimes when a man goes through that, him just say, oh, no more vulnerability, because everything that I say will definitely be, you know, when the police really are right, anything you say or do will be used against you in a court of law. So that's why you find that most men don't normally be vulnerable around females and around males now. You might find males being vulnerable around males, but Jamaican culture, a man to be a man, yeah. Yeah, complain about, brother, suck it up, stop on, yeah, ball, yeah. We know the meme. We should all know the meme. Yeah, ball, I won't continue, but so it really and truly spins a terrible light with men being vulnerable in and of itself. So men just struggle, and that's why the whole mental health thing is very important, because we probably see it on TikTok with depending on your For You page. But if you see the statistics about men's mental health, we find that more men commit suicide than females. Because men, not saying that females don't go through things, females get help when they're going through things. It's easier for them to get help. Men, when we go through things, we internalize, hide, isolate, shove it down, distract ourselves with something else. Temporary pleasures.
It's amazing.
Amazing.
And then we don't normally sort it out until it adds until you look on one knife one day and be like, yo, but we don't get help. Get help, please. Like, you may go through a lot of things and it may feel trivial to others, but really and truly deep down for you, it's very, very, very detrimental. Seek help, counseling, therapy.
Jano, that.
Therapy.
Therapy is important. I don't know why they like.
It's expensive.
It's expensive.
It's very expensive.
That's the thing. people beat on therapy a lot, especially in the Christian community. They're like, you know, you should only talk to God about. No, therapy can be good for a Christian as well. Find a pastor or someone like a Christian who can help you. You know.
Even if you're not a Christian, you can find someone who can help you. And another thing for man, I prayed for a man community. If I didn't have one, actually did, and it came through really quickly. Not gonna list all the guys who I talked about. It came from persons who are only inside my house, like my brother expanded. Do have a main community. Like there are times when anything could go to man them, because it's easier. Females have this community easier, in my opinion. I'm not saying it's for all, but I do believe it's easier for them to pick it up on female and say, hey, I have this issue, or this guy hurt me.
Let them just ball together.
Yeah, we can't do it. We can't. Yeah. I can't do that because I was really grown in a
never know what to do.
I was really grown in a hard and fast like type of mentality. My parents were growing hard, so they grew me hard, and I was more emotional than all them. So it was kind of really difficult to really for them to understand me fully. They're getting better, but you know, still rough. But at the same time, even though they're doing their best, you know, I have to also find out for myself. I can't just depend on things to come mad. That's another thing too. When we think that we can do it all by ourselves, that's rubbish. Rubbish because like, God gave us a single community in the church and or our friendships outside of the church as well. There are so many persons around us that can help us. I know some person might want to internalize things and deal it with themselves because you know they're shy or they want to keep things private, but at the same time you have to talk. Man, they have to talk. I talk a lot, so I find it easy nowadays, but it wasn't easy all the time because there are moments where you're vulnerable, you're afraid to be vulnerable and you just lock it up inside. And you know, you just go do other things that would just give it like a fix, like a temporary feel, like taking a drink, like a quick fix. Yeah, or doing something else. And it just doesn't help. Because at the end of the day, instead of you fixing it, it bears the issue further down. So you have to talk. And you know, guard your mind, guard your hearts. Because at the same time, these everything that you hold in, it's just gonna bottle up and then it's gonna come out into the future. And if you're gonna raise children, you're not gonna be able to raise them properly because you have bottled up these feelings in the child. We probably lash out on them when they do something ridiculous, kind of children. Yeah, and you know, people then just feel like that doesn't love them. You know, so do talk, do pray as well. Read the Bible because that's really a good. It's amazing. But even when the Bible doesn't give you everything, seek people, seek one person, seek what help. Help is just a call away. Legit. WhatsApp free calls. Call somebody, send a message. You know? Just do something. Just don't leave it to yourself to say I'm gonna deal with it. And don't always talk to one person. Because one person's opinion is not always bad. Talk to many persons, get everybody's different
perspectives.
Yeah. So I'll leave that with you.
So even though half of these guys are in a relationship, the question is still valid. What are the qualities that you look for in a partner?
So the qualities that you look for in a partner, one, firstly, Christian, being a Christian, not just somebody that goes to church on Sunday morning, not a churchgoer, but an actual Christian who prays with their Bible, like the whole works of being a Christian, and truly and really and truly adheres to the doctrine of the Bible. Not the doctrine of a church, but the doctrine of the Bible.
That's very important.
So Bible believing believer. So because she's a Bible believing believer, the qualities will exude the fruit of the Spirit: loving, patience, kind, gentle, meek. Like all of the 9 of them would come out. But separate and apart from those, you know, biblical aspects, you want somebody who is caring, who is tender, who is very supportive. In the sense that if you're going through a rough patch, they will come and like just be there with you, even if it's out of their way. Like they drop things to just be there because you're not feeling the best. Stuff like that. Like qualities like those, you know, financially stable. It's rough as a young person in Jamaica to really and truly be financially stable, but having a good financial sense. Stuff like ambition.
Yeah.
Is she going somewhere? Does she have plans for the future? What are the plans? Does the plans include you? Stuff like that. Also, that's
so important.
very important.
Do they include you?
Like stuff like that. Like, is it easy? Like having easy communication. You don't feel like it's a chore to talk to this person. The love that you have for the person is extended, and like you can picture yourself, especially like Christians who normally date for marriage, with the end goal of marriage. But with the end goal of marriage, do we see ourselves as males being able to love her as Christ loved the church. That's when you should know that this is going somewhere. If you're able to love her unconditionally and love her just as how Christ loved the church, which is willing to die and lay down his life for the church, literally. So stuff like that, qualities like those is what you look for. I feel like that.
Alright, my turn. Back to me.
Great.
Anyways, for me, as Denzel said, firstly, she has to be a woman of God, one that is grounded. She has to be willing to learn who you are as a man and not take you for what the society sees as a man. Facts. She has to, for me, she has to know when is the season to be playful, when is the season to be stern. Because even though we are the head, other times you need a stern woman, a stern grounded woman to be like, yo, remember you said this. You see me? Yes. What I look for is a woman that provides a safe space. I was talking about it with Gabriel recently, where I've heard a lot of women come up with this where he was with me, but he left me for her because though there's a chance that you may look better, or you may be more out there, but at the end of the day, if he doesn't feel safe with you, he doesn't want to commit and be around you. Because imagine as a man, as a source, as a provider, I come home to a negative environment. So she needs to be a safe place for me, where I can come home and she's like, honey, how are you? How was the day? You know, how things are. Not just for me to come home and hear her issues. Because I find it a lot where people will dump on you, but don't give you the time to release as well. So it becomes emotionally taxing and mentally taxing to have a woman that only dumps on you, but doesn't allow you to release as well. She has to be reassured. For me, as an overthinker, a lot of times, I need reassurance. Like, okay, this isn't going how you think how you want it to go, but it's gonna be okay. I don't want somebody to say, oh my God, why this not work? Why this, as Nathan said earlier, I'm not being mad. Doesn't mean I don't see you working with somebody who isn't able to calm me down. And also a woman that is willing to see beyond what I'm showing. To know my anxieties. Yes, it's gonna take some time to learn through the vulnerability and everything, but to pick up when I'm anxious or when I'm showing a face. Because a lot of times as men we're trained to show a face even when everything is going wrong. I would appreciate somebody who's able to see through that face and to, as I said, be a peace, be a comfort, be reassuring. And yeah, that's a snippet of what it is.
Snippet.
Yes.
I would put, I mean, they said a lot, I won't, say a lot. Yeah, I won't, but I would say that someone who is soft and gentle, someone who can be your peace, because again, as even as we discussed earlier with the mental health of a man, the struggles that he goes through on a daily basis, the frustration, the stress that he goes through on a daily basis, and then come home and have even more stress. And dealing with it consistently, it can be a lot. Another thing is women who, I won't say women who, because I think women put it in this perspective of you don't need a man, but I like women who are also independent, who can be independent of a man in certain areas. Um, someone that can pull them on from time to time. Because I've seen where in situations, in marriages where maybe the husband cannot be here for a certain time, maybe due to work, due to some season, and you may have to step up. And if you don't know how to really handle that, then you're going to put additional stress on the man, which can fundamentally health issue frustration in a relationship. As then to somebody who's ambitious, somebody who knows what they want, and go get on. Somebody who will say, yes, I have a man, so I don't need to. Because this is one thing that I look at. Me, I can be with somebody, we can get married, we can analyze, and God forbid, I can die. And let's say we have kids, how are you planning to take care of these kids if there's 100% dependency on the man? There's nothing to say, okay, this is what I can also do, this is what I can also bring, this is what I can, become that person, or vice versa, the situation. So that's what I mean by what I say, a woman that can be independent of a man, a woman that can also, another thing, someone who their source of happiness is not in the man. That is one of the biggest struggles in a lot of relationships, because you are my man, you're supposed to keep me happy all the time, you're supposed to all the time. I mean, outside of you, you have a life outside of him, he has a life outside of you, and your man cannot be the only person in your life. You put a lot of stress on him. So have a community, as Micah said, have a community of women who you can trust. Even have male friendships, again with limitations and boundaries. So those are some additional stuff, on top of everything that they have stated. That I really believe that as men, and not even just me, but as men in general, that I believe that we need in a woman. Yeah.
No, I was just Nathan kind of said it earlier. A woman that knows when to step up, but also when to step back and allow the man to step up. Yeah. Because a lot of times you have women that have been groomed by society and by their circumstances to be masculine men, but haven't really learned how to step back and allow the man to be masculine and be feminine in situations. Or to be submissive in situations. So I love that dynamic when I see a woman that allows her man to be her man. When it's her time to step up, she steps up and she does it well. That's what I like.
Okay. Alright, so what I look for in a woman? Well, she could be a Christian,
Take notes,
Single side. At this current stage, it's very hard to say what I want in a woman right now. But like generally things that I admire, things that I generally want is, I think it's, for men, it's very simple for us. Like, we don't require as much. Like, it's very simple. Like, the basic thing that we want is respect. Well, I know respect is earned, but at the same time, I would admire someone who is very caring. Everybody has said support. Support is also something that I hold dear to me, because at the end of the day, life doesn't give us much. So if we put a lot of investment into you, we would at least admire something that, or someone who can give us like general support. Not all the time, but like when we really need it. Someone who really understands us for who we are, understands our past and how our past really affect our future, like their future. So nothing will the woman should be able to read and decipher everything, but the man has to also be vulnerable as well. But in choosing a partner, I would like someone who really understands me, who listens, who can, as everyone said, take care of things going wrong. Because I live in a household where my parents don't really, like, I can see my dad drops out, my mom can hold her weight, and if mom drops out, dad can hold his weight regarding us. And I really love the codependency and each other in that sense, because they have built a lifestyle that has really shown me that it's possible. I said it's a lot during this video. It's really possible. And it's just like, I don't want to say the far-fetched dream, but I want a sense of also perfection. Something that Christ, endured for the church. I think I also want that as well. But regarding what I generally want and desire, not really much, to be honest. Someone who listens and understands. Yeah.
Alrighty. So I think we have answered everything we want to answer. There were so many good nuggets in this discussion, and I have took my mental notes, trust me. There are some things that were said there's some things that I know that I have, and there's some things that I lack that I need to improve on, so that this was a very insightful conversation. So, ladies, take your notes. Guys, if you don't have them stop me or whatever thought, get it together. And I hope you enjoyed this video.
Jesus. If there's anybody watching and you have not met Jesus as your personal Lord and Savior, we hope that you will come into the knowledge of Christ. Find a church, any church that is close. Any church that is closest to you, that is a Bible-believing church. Go there, talk with somebody there. Jesus is doing true.
And if you're struggling to find a church, shoot a DM. Socials are in the description. Socials for everyone will be in the description, whether they want it or not. I'm joking. If they want to, it will be there. But my links are in the description if you want to reach out, if you have any more questions that you want to ask. There might be a part 2, we'll see.
Remember to subscribe.
Yeah, like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell for future notices. Updates.
Like, subscribe, share with your friends, follow my socials. Thanks for watching, guys.
Big up. The producer. We got the producer.
No?
We got the producer. I don't know what show it is, but it's okay. Big up our producer,
Hi.
Shift over.
No, it's not.
Denzel shift over. Watch. Me never asked you for moving up.
Why are you so close to the You be sitting in the middle.
That was what I was trying to arrange, and he moved.
As a woman, I'm before, it's also, as a man, in a woman, what I look for is a safe place. It's a safe place. Yeah. Pause.
As a man, go ahead. Start again.
As a man, I'll be coming over here.
Somebody says, sweet Holy Spirit. Sweet heavenly love. Right here with us.